I'm Sean Henry. My origin post-Brexit is now Irish, and I made the seated man here at Cottesloe. I exhibited 10 years ago in the Sydney version of the exhibition, so I knew about it and really enjoyed that experience. But this is my first time in WA, and it means a lot to me. It's great to be here. I'm very keen on showing work in the public realm, and I think what Sculpture by the Sea does very well is bring sculpture literally into our environment. So it brings it to life, I suppose. Most artists' experience with showing their work is in galleries, or if they're lucky, it's in museums. But I think putting work outside sort of supersedes that. You have a direct communication. Most of the pieces that I make are anonymous. And I say that, but actually now that he's been here a few days, he's starting to, I think, become part of the community. So that the stories that people tell themselves relate very specifically to the context that the work is found in. Although he is a bit overdressed, obviously, for the beach. The sculpture is part of a series of seated figures that I've made. He's based on 2 or 3 different people. The base was inspired by an Italian architect designer, Carlo Scarpa, who was very famous in the 50s and 60s, and it's just an elegant form that I've tapered into the ground. And that's really just to locate the figure wherever the work goes. The bench goes with him. On a deeper level, he's got a lot on his mind. I think we all have a lot on our mind. His identity is a bit ambiguous, and I think that's hopefully interesting too. We feel we know him, although we don't know who he is. I think sculpture occupies space like we do, and we feel it, and particularly with figurative sculpture there's that sense, I hope, of empathy or perhaps some understanding of the place the sculpture's in, the place we're in. And showing things outside is fantastic because he'll still be here at sunset, he'll be here at midnight, the light changes, and that as an artist is very exciting because it means it carries on communicating with people when I'm not around. So I don't want to have a white sign next to the sculpture going, oh, it means this, this and this. I want it to speak to people without me being here. And this one is slightly larger than life size, and I think that allows room for the imagination. He's not that realistic. I know that sounds crazy, but you can see that he's made of clay and painted, and that hopefully allows room for your imagination. I model them in clay myself, and then I have a professional mould maker who'll come and take a mould of the clay. And then I work with 2 or 3 different foundries, cast them in bronze, and then I'll check the bronze through that production, which is quite a sort of industrial process. And then the sandblasted clean bronze comes back to my workshop, and then I paint them myself. Here at Cottesloe, it's a very different thing. Sculpture is inherently theatrical, and we're in a natural amphitheatre. Tourism WA, I wouldn't be here without them, so thanks to the selection committee and for including me in the show. And no, it's a privilege. I'm very, very happy to have the work here.